Hey guys, I thought I would tell you about my most craziest babysitting experience ever. So this happened in 2019. I was in London and I decided that I wanted to get a little bit of extra money during the weekends. So I joined this app called Bubble. Now Bubble is this app where basically you find families, families find you. It's not really any like vetting processes, so you have to be really careful who you choose. Like obviously there was a few weird jobs that I never ever went for. But I would check, make sure that they had reviews and stuff. This family didn't have any reviews. I also didn't have any reviews as a babysitter. It was my first job, so I thought, okay, let's just give it a go. So I arrived, small apartment in London, and it was an Indian family with the parents, the grandparents, and an auntie and uncle. The babysitting job was for a 2-year-old and a newborn, so I thought, great, I'll take the kids out and then put them to bed at the end. This job was from 4 till 10 p.m. So I thought, okay, it's not too bad, only a few hours before the kids go to bed. That's all right, I can do it. So I arrived 4 o'clock and I expect the family to leave to go out to dinner or whatever, and they weren't leaving. It turns out they had hired me because the cricket was on, and so they wanted to watch the cricket and have their kids looked after. The worst part about it though is it was just one room with a couch and then a few toys on the ground and then the TV. So I had to entertain this 2-year-old for hours in front of them. But the thing is, because they're watching TV, they wanted me to be quiet. And so when I play with kids, I'm really loud and animated, and I don't usually like to play with kids silently. It was super weird. So not only did I have to look after the 2-year-old, I also had to look after a newborn. So the newborn would be crying, and the family would just sit there on the couch and look at me. And I'd have to go over and pick up the newborn, look after the newborn while I'm looking after the 2-year-old, while they watch TV. Fair enough, they're paying me money to do this. Okay, they can do what they want. But it was just so weird, and this baby wasn't stopping crying. It was intense. I handed him back to the father, and he couldn't even make him stop crying. It was just insane. Worst part about it is that I thought that I'd be putting the kids to bed at 7, and have a few hours, by myself. No. So it turns out the kids' bedtime was 10. So I had to look after the kids from 4 till 10, all by myself, with the family just watching me the entire time. Because the job was from 4 till 10, I didn't pack any dinner because I thought surely they would be providing some food, or I don't know, that's usually how it works. But they didn't. So when I gave the kid food, there was only enough for the kids. I gave the kids some food, and I started feeling really ill. And so I asked the mum, I was like, am I able to have an apple or something? And she looked at me, she goes, fine. So I had an apple and I started feeling really ill. And so at about 7:30, I tapped out because I just could not do it anymore. So yeah, it was only a few hours, but it was the worst few hours of my life.